Here we go, the final round of this championship. Championship 1 on F1 2017. It is coming to a close. We are here in the ever sunny Abu Dhabi, and looky what we got here. We got another pole position for the last race of the season. We have finally found very good pace in this Renault. It all comes down to this, guys. It's going to come down to how well Sebastian Vettel can do, how well Kimi Raikkonen can do, to try and see who's gonna win the championship. The constructors has already been decided. Ferrari has won that, but the drivers is down to Kimi Raikkonen. Vettel is starting on P2, which is a big advantage considering the fact that only Kimi Raikkonen managed to finish P5 in qualifying. So there is a hefty old gap between Raikkonen and Vettel on the starting grid. It's going to be, I reckon it's going to come down to the start to see what happens there. And after that, it's going to really fizzle out. And then we might be able to see who can win the championship from that perspective. Bearing in mind, Kimi does have a 7-point lead. But at the same time, if Kimi does finish 5th and Vettel finishes 2nd place, he'll get 8 points more than Kimi will and will win the championship. But we are underway for the formation lap for the last time in this championship. We're going to scrub our tyres as best we can. And on the screen, you can see who has won where and what our positions are. We had a solid race in Australia. We got 3rd place. Kimi Raikkonen won there. In China, we managed to only get 6th, which is disappointing. Kimi winning 2 races in a row. Bahrain was an improvement on China. We managed to finish 5th and Hamilton 1st. Russia, we got our 1st win of the season. Spain was a really fun race. We managed to actually get back up to 3rd. Vettel taking his 1st win. Monaco was a bit dreadful. We didn't manage to finish that, but Raikkonen won there. Austria 4th, with Hamilton taking his 2nd win. Then we have Great Britain, where we absolutely dominated that race. It was such a good strategy call. We really struggled in Hungary, didn't manage to win there. Belgium, Italy and Singapore, we won all 3 of them back to back, which was fantastic. Another disappointing race in Japan and Malaysia, but Vettel and Raikkonen picking up both of them race wins. Then we got to USA, which was a really good recovery drive from us, but Vettel taking that, and so far it's his last win of the season with 4 wins. And then we got Mexico, we let Kimi through and he won. Brazil, we let Kimi through and he won. So yeah, that was interesting to say the least. But we're here in Abu Dhabi, but in this case we're not going to let anyone through. If we've got both Ferraris behind us, then we're going to let them fight. Like, we're not going to bend the knee and just let them overtake us. Bearing in mind that we're 1 win behind Kimi's 7, so we kind of want to at least equal that total as best we can, and we're in a good seat to do that considering we're starting on pole position here. So if we can do that, that'll be absolutely fantastic. It'll be great for the team, and it'll be a great way to end the season. Bearing in mind we've done all 20 races, and they've all gone up more or less every single day, bar the odd classic race and career mode and whatnot. But it's been very solid. It's been fun to record, I'd say. It's been enjoyable, but could have been better. But we're waiting for the 5 lights to start so we can get underway here for the last time in this championship. We are underway and we get off to a sublime start. We're going to pull to the left hand side, and Vettel has been swallowed up by both of the Mercedes. Kimi Raikkonen is going to try and have a look and see if he can get around. He's going to go side by side with Vettel. The Mercedes, both of them have jumped Sebastian Vettel, so that is not what he wants. Kimi and Sebastian are still going side by side. That's why I keep looking so far back, just to see what's going on with them. I didn't actually realise how much I look back in these videos till I was actually editing them. It's actually really bad. But we're coming along. They're still side by side, but Vettel is going to get the better traction out of the hairpin. So Kimi is behind Vettel. So at this point, Kimi will win the championship by only a few points. But similar to Mexico, we're just going to skip way ahead because we have the pace here to just stay ahead and do everything. There's Vettel coming in behind Hamilton. There was a Red Bull, which I'm assuming was Ricardo, and most likely Massa coming in as well. So Bottas and Raikkonen stay out. Bottas ahead of Raikkonen. Now this could be interesting to see if Bottas moves over for Kimi, or gives him any kind of advantage, as he is a finished driver himself. But we're going to have to wait and see where everyone fizzles out and where they come out, and what the final positions are leading towards the back end of the Grand Prix, so we can decide who wins the championship. But there is our good old friend Pascal Wehrlein. We're going to send it up his inside, and then just ahead of us we have a Red Bull? A Honda. A Honda. Okay, sorry, it's a Honda. Stoffel Vandoorne, I want to assume, just because the name looks really long. And there it is. Now, this is a great shot. The sun glare coming just over the barriers, past Stoffel Vandoorne, and we're going to move up into that position. It looked really, really good. But here we go. We're coming across start-finish line to retake P1. And you can see Bottas is still ahead of Raikkonen. Hamilton is going to retake the place of Bottas and Hamilton. But obviously, we can't see what's going on behind us. We don't know where Kimi and Vettel are. I can tell you that Kimi is behind Sebastian Vettel, but Kimi and Sebastian Vettel are behind Felipe Massa, who's like a cork in the bottle. So they're behind them currently, trying to see what we can do. But as it stands, Kimi will still win the championship because he's in P6, Vettel's in P5, Massa P4, Hamilton, Bottas, or Bottas, Hamilton, ourselves. So I'm on to lap 11. You can see Hamilton set the fastest lap of the race, which was a bit cheeky, and then Bottas sets it. So at this point, I was like, okay, all right, let's see what I can do. So I'm going to go for the fastest lap, just to prove that I have the pace, but I'm just taking it easy because it's the last race of the season. And there we go, we absolutely smashed the fastest lap, and I was waiting to see if Bottas had a reply, but he didn't. He couldn't beat that. That wasn't beaten throughout the entire race. So again, at this point, Massa is still ahead of Vettel and Kimi, as we make a horrible mistake on the traction again. The curbs don't like me at all. But Hamilton is going to get ahead of us. He's going to have DRS, which is going to be a pain in our ass. But we're going to go up behind him and just stay in the slipstream. Use the slipstream against him. I think we did that against Ricciardo in Malaysia. And it managed to work out pretty well. Managed to get back past him. So hopefully this time we almost go into the back of Hamilton. We just, I don't know, we kind of had a little bit of a twitch. But we do get back past Hamilton. So we retake the lead on the penultimate lap. And that is going to carry us through to the final few corners of this championship. We are going to be in first place. Kimi Raikkonen is still behind Vettel, who's still behind Massa. They just couldn't overtake. It's 2010 all over again. But that doesn't matter for us, because we are going to come across the line to take our 7th win of the season and finish this Grand Prix and this season on a high. We're going to take the win in Abu Dhabi. And that is it. That is the season done. The championship decided. And job done. Ticked all the boxes this weekend. Got pole, got the race win. Last time we got pole, we came second. That was the first time we actually got completed, you know, the hat trick. We got the fastest lap, pole position, and the race win. We didn't get the Grand Slam because we didn't lead every lap of the race, but that doesn't matter. We got a hat trick nonetheless. So there's Lance Stroll. He had a mediocre season, you could say that. Still, Bottas, no race wins this season, but I guarantee you had a lot of podiums, as did Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton only picked up 2 race wins this season, which is very weird to think, because you had Kimi and myself on 7 wins, Hamilton on 2, and Vettel on 4, so it just wasn't enough in the end for Mercedes. They got absolutely destroyed in the Constructors. They brought back quite a few points towards the end, but it just wasn't enough in terms, and it wasn't enough in terms of Sebastian Vettel as well. So Sebastian Vettel does not make it a 5-time world champion, but Kimi does make it a 2-time world champion, which is awesome. He's got the same amount of championships as Fernando Alonso. So Kimi Raikkonen does secure the championship, not by a lot, definitely not by a lot. The Constructors all done. That was pretty solid from Ferrari. Nothing really happened in terms of the actual title fight, but one thing we came here for was that gold medal. We got the gold medal. That's all we needed. Anyway, the next championship will be up soon. It's going to be a difficult one. See you then.